I have a secret I want to tell you because I really want to be friends with you, but you have to promise me you won't tell anybody. And I was like, okay, sure, yeah, no problem. And he was like, I'm from North Korea. Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Nathan and welcome to Nate Abroad. So a quick intro to who I am because I am absolutely nobody on YouTube. I have been living abroad for the past 8 years and I left the United States where I was born and raised at the age of 18 straight out of high school to go to university in Seoul, South Korea, where I was accepted as a full-time regular Korean student, and I am trilingual as well in Korean, French, and of course, yeah, English. So if you haven't seen my video about how a Black American got into an Ivy League Korean university, or I should say one of the top universities in South Korea instead of Ivy League, please check out my video, please support my channel, and if you are interested in hearing about more crazy stories about my life abroad, then please subscribe. So, today's story is going to be about how I got into a North Korean club. You heard me right. Not exaggerating. This is all true. Everything I'm going to tell you in the story is all true. Alright, so basically, it all started in my freshman year. Right when I started university in Korea, I was in a Korean class. So it's a general ed class, like how in the United States we have general ed classes for university, and you have to take English for your general ed classes. It's the same in Korea for Koreans. You take a class called 국어, and 국어 is Korean literature, Korean literature, and yeah, 국어. So I was in this class. I was the only non-Korean in the class, of course, and I had no friends. It was my first week actually in school. So I was sitting down. The professor, the lecturer is teaching. I received a note from this guy that was sitting next to me. And basically, I opened up the note and I was just like, what kind of middle school type of thing is this? Like, what's going on? I opened it up and it was in English saying, hello, my name is, for this video, we're going to call him Chorsu. Chorsu, yeah. I do not want to violate anybody's privacy. I do not want to out my North Korean friends I'm going to talk about in this video for their safety, which I will talk about later on. So yeah, he basically sent, passed me this note, and I open it up. He says like, hello in English, my name is Chorsu, and what is your name and where are you from? I found it really, really weird that he wrote a note to me in English when we were in an all-Korean class, and I'm clearly the only non-Korean in the class in a class for Korean people. Yeah, anyways, we're in Korea, I'm a Black person, he's probably never seen someone like me before. We'll just leave it at that. So I wrote back to him in Korean saying, hi, my name is Jisung, my Korean name, and I told him I speak Korean. And yeah, so we started passing notes back and forth, and that was how we communicated for the class. And he invited me to have lunch with him after class, and I was really happy because I had no friends at the time. It was my first week as a freshman in university in Korea, so I had no friends. So he invited me to lunch. Lunch was really cool. It was nice. There was a few things in retrospect that I noticed, such as his accent. I noticed was a bit different compared to the average Korean from, I don't know, Seoul or, I don't know, any other Korean city. I had never really heard his type of accent before, but I noticed sometimes it would change back to almost like he was mimicking a regular Korean accent, standard Korean accent. And so I was kind of like, oh, I wonder, where he's from. I asked him where he was from, and he told me he was from a town not too far from the capital, Seoul. So I was kind of like, oh, okay, interesting. And yeah, so basically we had lunch, everything was cool. He was like, let's meet up again. And that was it. So I was at home later on in the evening, and by this time we had exchanged numbers, and he sent me a message telling me, I have something I need to tell you. And I was just like, what? I literally just met this guy like, I don't know, 4 hours before, and suddenly I get a message out of nowhere, out of the blue, like, I have something to tell you. And I was just like, okay, yeah. And he told me, I can't tell you right now, I'm gonna tell you later. So a few hours passed, and in sometime at night he sent me a message saying, I have a secret I want to tell you because I really want to be friends with you, but you have to promise me you won't tell anybody. And I was like, okay, sure, yeah, no problem. And he was like, I'm from North Korea. Still even thinking about it, it's just like, what? Like, So basically, I had never met someone from North Korea before. I mean, as a Korean speaker and as someone who went to a Korean school in the US and everything, of course, I've always learned a little bit about North Korea, and then of course as an American with all that junk that we hear, I was just like, oh, okay, all right. And he was just like, is that okay with you? And I was like, yeah, that's fine, yeah. So he then asked me if I would like to go out with him and his friends the next night at a bar. And I was like, yeah, sure. So basically the next night we met up. I met him at a bar with some other friends, and I noticed that him and his friends were at like the end of the bar, really far away from everybody. And I came and they were all super excited to meet me, and they were really, really nice, and offering me drinks and food and just asking me tons of questions. And yeah, so I just took it as the normal Korean hospitality, and so suddenly, they were all just like, so we heard that Chorsu told you about the situation, and we also are all from North Korea. I was like, wait, I'm at a table of all North Koreans? Like, does this happen? Like, is this how, what? So, that was really shocking. And they, started telling me, like, in hushed voices, like, do you have any questions about North Korea? Like, you can ask us anything you want. And so I started asking them tons of questions, like, how did you get here? Like, you just so many questions. And yeah, they were super, super nice. And let's fast forward a bit to I would say maybe a few days later or a week later, that same friend, Choi Soo-hyung, because he's older than me, he basically sent me another message saying, would I like to be part of the North Korean club? And I was like, what? So basically, I'm using club for in English, but it's actually called 동아리. 동아리 is like an organization in a school, like a club basically. And he invited me to be part of it, and he was like, the only thing is you have to sign a paper saying you're not going to tell anybody who is in this club. You cannot tell anybody who's in this club. You cannot talk about this club to anybody. And yeah, so I was like, yeah, I'm down, like, totally. So he told me where to meet him to enter the room that they have this kind of secret club at. And so I entered this room, and it was not packed, but a lot of people were there with North Koreans. And I entered, it was like they were all expecting me. Like, they were all just like... And basically, you know, they showed me the paper, and they were just like, we're really, really happy to have you. You were the first non-North Korean to be in our club. But we, Chorsu told us a lot about you, and we wanted to invite you. So I signed the paper, and yeah. And that was, I would say, that was the moment where, I ended up meeting so many friends that would help me during my first year in Korea, which was really, really difficult. Adjusting to Korea, adjusting to Korean university, and just like my North Korean friends are the ones that really had my back. They were the ones that were there for me every step of the way, helping me with my assignments, helping me with whatever I needed help with, adjusting to Korea. And it's just amazing. I would never have imagined my entire life that, one, I would go to university in Korea, and then number two, that the people that would have my back the most, people that would help me, and really show me, love, and even kind of like just bring me into their family, would be North Koreans, like, and it's great because I had a lot of misconceptions being Black American about North Korea. I remember hearing, I think in high school, like, North Korea thinks that, like, Black people are like cockroaches or something, and it just blew my mind, meeting North Koreans and having them accept me like that. They taught me different words from different dialects in North Korea. They taught me North Korean slang. They talked to me about life in North Korea. They told me, like, I ended up meeting, so my friend Torsu came from a little tiny village in North Korea, way up north. And then another guy that I became close friends with came from the capital of North Korea. And he came from a really rich North Korean family. So it was interesting to hear different perspectives of North Korean life depending on your social class on top of that. So, yeah, it was just incredible. One of the things that I want to mention is that I learned from my North Korean friends was that in South Korea, the reason why they do not want to tell people that they are from North Korea, and why even a lot of North Koreans living in South Korea will really try hard to hide any type of accent from North Korea, is because there's a lot of discrimination in South Korea against North Koreans. According to my friends, people don't really look well upon people from North Korea sometimes. And also they told me that it can be dangerous to, just go around on the street being like, oh, I'm from North Korea. Apparently there are people in people in South Korea, such as North Korean spies. Once again, this is only what I've heard from my North Korean friends. Please do not come for me in the comments. This is just what I have heard personally. That it can be dangerous because there can be North Korean spies, even in South Korea, who are looking for people who just say that they are from North Korea. Once again, I don't know really that much about that, but that's all I know. So that's why for this video, I will not be showing any pictures with North Korean friends, will not be mentioning any actual names of my North Korean friends, out of privacy for them, and they don't want me to, disclose who they are. So yeah, that is going to be the story time for today. If you have any questions about my time being in North Korean club, please feel free to comment below. And also, I am a Korean teacher, so if you would like to learn Korean, I I have a program, Learn Korean in 90 Days. So start speaking Korean in 90 days. Please check out my website at smarterkorean.com, smarterkorean.com. And if you just want to follow me personally, check out my Instagram at Nate Abroad. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed my story time today. Once again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!